Hey, if you own a plumbing, electrical, or a similar construction-based service business and you want to improve your profits, get better systems in your business, you need a plan. Hi, it's Tony from Profitable Trading. Now, we work with the owners of plumbing, electrical, and similar construction-based service businesses to help them improve their profits, systemize their business, and just make life and business a whole lot more fun. Now, if you're watching this video, you are someone who actually wants to improve the situation you have with your business. Profit, time, money, freedom, and lifestyle. But to do that, you probably find right now a couple of things are happening. You've got great intentions to make changes, but you find that you get overwhelmed. Maybe you've started to make some changes. Maybe you've decided on a few things you need to do, or you're thinking about them, but you're just not sure which one to choose or where to get started. Or maybe you've done a couple of things already, but you haven't really got them over the finishing line. You just haven't been able to finish them. Or maybe every week you check out something on the internet, or you hear someone talking about a new strategy or new system or something you could do in your business, and you find yourself doing what I call chasing shiny objects. Now, here's the thing. If you want to build a high-quality house, you start with a plan. And the same is true if you want to build a high-quality business. Now, high-quality business is one that's profitable, gives you time, has great systems, has a great team, and allows you to enjoy, your lifestyle. But you need a plan. And without a plan, you'll find that you go in circles, progress is very slow, you feel overwhelmed, frustrated, you're not really sure where to get started. I want to talk about planning today. Now, one of the key strengths of the coaching program we run is what we call our 6-week planning cycle. I call it kind of like the secret sauce that makes everything work. And what it does is it allows you as a business owner to focus your attention on what you need to work on now and actually get business improvement projects completed, get them over the finish line, into the scoring zone. And that's the key to success. It's about getting a little done, but getting it done often. So I want to talk you through that process a little bit today and give you some tools you can use to actually get started on this process. Now, it's quite a big process. We can't go through it all today, but the part I'm going to look at is how to actually choose what you should focus on, because I think that's a massive issue. There's lots of stuff that needs attention in your business and in all businesses. In fact, sometimes we think there's a whole bunch of stuff that's actually broken. But key that I've found and that we've found working with our business owners is to actually figure out what you should focus on first. We want to focus on the biggest bottleneck, the thing that if we change now is going to give us the biggest results. Now, the thing we need to do to figure that out is actually figure out, where is the biggest problem. So I want to show you a tool that we use that you could use today to actually help you get on the front foot with this. Now, it's called the 5 drivers. Very simple tool. And we just use it to figure out what's the biggest problem area. So I'm going to jump in and just talk through it a little bit. I think you'll find this massively helpful. I want to give a shout out to a friend of mine, Alex Sharfin, who invented this. So we didn't invent it, but it's something that's massively helpful for you as a business owner. So let's just jump in. Here's how it works. There are 5 things that we need to have working right to get your, whether you own a plumbing business or an electrical business, or maybe it's painting or glazing or tiling or landscaping or HVAC, whatever it is, it'll work for all these types of businesses. So let's just talk through it. There are really 5 things we need to have right to have the business running successfully. The first thing is leads. So what are leads? That's basically a good inquiry. That's people putting their hand up to say, hey, we want to use your services, and we want profitable leads. So that's important. So once we've got leads, we've got to price them. We've got to price them in a way that we can make money. So we've got to make sure that our margins are really strong. And in the pricing area, we also need to really understand the financial numbers that drive our business. So that's our profitability, our job costing, our labor utilization. Are we actually making great money? Because if we don't track and measure this stuff, it's super tricky to figure out where we're at. So once we've got leads and we've priced them well, we need conversion. So conversion is a really simple way of saying, let's get people saying yes to our quotes or bids. So it's how good are we at sales? So that's everything from our customer service reps, our people answering the phone, to our bidding, our quoting process, to our follow-up process. Do we actually get people to say yes to doing work with us? So once you've got conversion, you've got jobs, then we've got to deliver. So that's about the quality of the work we do. So do we do a great job in the field out on site? Do we do it to a high standard, high quality? Do we do it on time and to spec, to specification? Now, this is obviously important because if you don't do a great job, your business is not going to survive long term. So great delivery is key to success, long-term success. Lastly, fifthly, is cash flow. So cash flow is, are we getting paid? Are we actually getting the money in our bank account? Because without cash, business is going to, it's going to fall over. So that's the lifeblood of the business, is the cash flow. There is actually one other thing, which I said there were 5. I'm just going to add one for extra, and it's this. It's a very simple one. It goes right around the outside, and it's called leadership. So that's all about you as a business owner. So how motivated are you? Are you a leader that you would follow? Are you good at managing your time? Do you set a great example? Do you hold people accountable? Do you have a vision and a picture for where you want your business to go? Because it's really tricky for your team to be motivated and productive and stuff if that's something you're struggling with. Anyway, here's what we do. Once we understand that there's those 5 key areas, we need to give ourselves a grade on those. So it's really simple. We just use a bit of a traffic light system. So we have red, we have yellow, we have amber, and we have green. Simple as that. So red basically means it's not good, right? It's in the toilet. It's terrible. Yellow is it's not great at all. Definitely needs some significant work. Amber is it's okay. It's working okay. And green is like locked and loaded. We're crushing it. So here's what we do, really simply. And you can do this as well. Really encourage you to do this. You can just draw this up on a piece of paper because it's going to help you figure out where you need to focus. Let's go with that. All we need to do is just mark off how we're tracking. So let's think about leads. So, if you've got no leads and very little system around getting leads, then you're going to be red. If you've got more leads than you can handle, you've got a great marketing system set up where you've got lots of leads coming in, they're from great clients and they're clients that are profitable, then it's green. So let's say, it's okay. We're doing okay. We've got good bunch of leads, but we could do with a bit more. So we're around the amber level. Pricing. So pricing means you price all your work for some target gross profit margins. You know that that's profitable work. You're back costing all your work, so you know what's working for you and what's not working. You're running a monthly profit and loss account. You've got a strong cash flow. You're managing your balance sheet, and you're keeping a track of the financial KPIs. And if you're doing all of that, you'd be green. If you're doing none of that and all you do is talk to your accountant, 12 months down the track, that's probably red. Okay. So let's say, hey, we're a bit patchy on that. We're really struggling there, so we might give ourselves a yellow. Conversion. Look, we convert our quotes. We have a great process. We know what our conversion rates are. Most people say yes. That's green. If, we basically have to beg people to say yes, and very few do, that's red. So let's say we're doing okay with that. We're around amber. Delivery. Do we do a great job? No callbacks. Everything's done on time. It's well organized, well systemized. Let's say we're doing okay with that as well. So that's an amber. And cash flow. Are we getting paid? Do we have enough money in the bank account? Let's say, it's not ideal at the moment. So that's a yellow. Okay, we'll leave leadership to the side at the moment because I think this is probably the most helpful part at the get-go, to look at your leads, your pricing, conversion, and delivery. So now we've got a bit of an outline for where we're sitting. We know leads are okay, they're not too bad. Pricing's a bit of an issue. Conversion and delivery okay, and cash flow is an issue for us as well. So here's what we do, because we want to identify the area that's most important to look at right now. What you do is you work from left to right. So the lowest is pricing, and it's on the left. Okay, so cash flow is the same, but pricing's on the left, so we look at that one first, because in this case, the cash flow problem is most likely coming from the fact that we're not pricing with enough margin in the work. So when the work gets done and when people pay, there's just not a lot of fat left over at the end of the day. That's probably most likely what's causing our cash flow issues. So we'll look at pricing first. Okay, so cool. Now we know where we need to look. So for the next 6 weeks, we're not going to look at anything else in our business except for how to improve our pricing and our margins and our financial understanding of what's going on. That's crucial. Everything else you just forget about, because the most impactful thing you can do in your business is actually get your pricing right and get the financial understanding of how you're tracking right. Once you get that right, we can redo this process and then work on the next bottleneck. So we've got absolute clarity about what you need to do right now, which is massively helpful. You'll just feel so much more positive when you know where you need to focus. Now, what happens now? There's a whole bunch of stuff that we can do, but I just want to show you really quickly what we call the toolbox. So we have a toolbox for our coaching program, which has all the strategies and the systems that you can put in place to help fix the problem. So let's just look at the pricing area, and you'll see there's a few foundations there. So there's some things that we absolutely must get right initially. So we must be doing a profit and loss statement monthly. We really absolutely critically must be doing back costing. We must be getting paid what we're worth. Need some key KPIs each month to track our financials, and we need to price for margin and profit. May also be that we need to put in place a job management system if we don't have one, or a service software. If you don't have accounting software, you'd need that, and you definitely want to look at your pricing strategy as well. So those would be the areas that we would start off with. So for the next 6 weeks, we'd choose from there, we maybe choose 2 or 3 projects that we're going to focus on to actually crush this problem of pricing, which will then help fix the cash flow problem as well. So hope this has been helpful. What it's all about is actually identifying that there's a bottleneck. Use the 5 drivers to identify where the bottleneck is, and then use that to choose your work on projects in the next 6 weeks to actually change that bottleneck, to fix that problem. We fix that problem, then we move on to the next problem. So what I'd love you to do, I'd really appreciate it if you could, and I think you'd find it helpful too, is if you can just reply to this video or comment on this video about what area in your business out of those 5 drivers do you think you need to focus on in the next 6 weeks. Love to hear what it is. Just reply or put it in the comments, and we can have a discussion about it, because getting clear on what you need to focus on is absolutely critical so that you can build a plan, then you can get some traction on making improvements, which is then going to flow through to improving the bottom line, helping get your system sorted out, make your business easier to run, make life a whole lot more fun, and you'll know you're focused and on track, and you won't get sidetracked by shiny objects and just everything that needs to be done as a business owner. Take good care. Happy planning.